after he announced his retirement in the ring, Nigel Benn is back. The question tonight is Benn on the slide? Has the fire gone out? Or was the defeat against Sugar Boy Malinga and the world title defeat just a blip? He seems relaxed and focused. He seems to have trained perfectly in Tenerife, but only when the action starts will we really get the answers. Years old now, in his 15th world title fight, and this evening getting a purse of £800,000, which reportedly is going into a pension fund. And Frank Bruno there, acting as cheerleader for Benn, just as Benn did for Bruno on the night that Frank became WBC heavyweight champion last year against Oliver McCall. They remain good friends. Soulmates even. Will we see the old Benn tonight? One thing's for certain, just judging by the size of the crowd here, jam-packed full at the 9X Arena, he remains a massive success at the box office.
He looks a little more relaxed for this fight, doesn't he? Enjoying the atmosphere there.
Kevin Sanders, the trainer, Peter De Freitas, the manager there. Music of Mission Impossible being used to introduce Steve Collins tonight. I'm not sure it's a Mission Impossible. He's starting as a favourite with the bookmakers. The man who sent Chris Eubank into retirement, will he now do the same permanently to Nigel Benn? Collins predicts he wins this fight possibly inside 7 rounds. Quite a long way from the days when he was an electrician in a Dublin brewery. Collins always brings to the ring with him a kind of manic intensity. Goes through this ritual of saying, I'm going to win, geeing himself up, pumping himself up. Did the same at the weigh-in when a few insults were exchanged last night, but that's all par for the course in the build-up to these big fights these days. Underrated fighter in many ways, Glenn.
Very underrated. He's really come along the hard way. He's been in with tough fights. He's had his successes. And this is a fight he really, really wants. He sees this as, you know, he can get a lot of credibility in putting Benn into retirement.
Fourth defence for Steve Collins tonight. He's the younger man by a year, the taller man, 5'11", Collins. Collins originally over the limit and then wildly inside at the weigh-in, mysteriously yesterday. Total fights, Benn has had 46, Collins 35. They both lost 3. Benn with the higher knockout percentage. The big puncher. The 3 knockdown rule will be in effect here. Mandatory count, no standing 8. Only the ref can stop the fight, and the bell will save the fighter only in the last round. The odds for this fight: Steve Collins 13-8 on to win. Benn odds against at 6-5. You can get 25 to 1 the draw. Wait MC, Mike Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is second and conducted under the rules of the World Boxing Organization. President Francesco Valcastel, whose supervisor at ringside is Mr. Nick Cariotis of Chicago, USA. The supervisor from the British Boxing Control is Mr. John Morris, and the steward in charge, Mr. Dennis Walker. The officials for this contest are voted by the World Boxing Organization. The judges at ringside, Mr. Michael Pernick from Chicago, Mr. William Lurch from Chicago, and Mr. Gordon Goldberg from Aurora, Illinois. The timekeeper, Mr. Frank Capewell from Sheffield, and the referee in charge of the action this evening and in charge of his 15th World Title contest, Mr. Gino Rodriguez from Puerto Rico. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, from Manchester's fabulous 9X Arena, live on Sky Sports Big Time Boxing and the boxing fans throughout the world, it's big fight time. This is a contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the world. Sponsored by Beamish Stout and promoted for Sports Network by Frank Warren, who asks, who is the ultimate warrior? Is it introducing from the red corner, wearing the black trunks and coming from Ilford, London? He weighed in at 11 stone, 13.5 pounds, and from a professional record of 46 contests, he has 42 wins, 35 by way of KO, 3 losses and 1 draw. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, competes in his 15th World Title contest and comes to the ring the former WBO middleweight and former WBC Super Middleweight Champion of the world, and tonight is the challenger for the title, the Dark Destroyer, the Warrior, Nigel Benn. Or is it in the blue corner, wearing the tartan trunks and coming from Dublin in Ireland? He has a professional record of 35 contests, 32 wins, 17 by way of KO with 3 losses. He weighed in at 11 stone, 11.75 pounds, and comes to the ring as the former undefeated WBO middleweight champion and current Super Middleweight champion of the world, making the 4th defense of his title tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Celtic warrior, Steve Collins. The referee, Mr. Reno Rodriguez, will now give his instructions to both boxers.
Well, they really were short final instructions. 12 rounds, the WBO Super Middleweight Championship. Can Nigel Benn prove everybody wrong again? Those who've said he's a washed-up fighter, will he produce a performance like a wounded animal? The defeat by Malinga has hurt his pride. It could make him dangerous. But is there any fire still left? Collins in his usual tartan trunks.
And really, what sort of fight is Collins going to fight? Is he going to be the all-out aggressor, or is he going to try and use his head a little bit and try and box when he needs to and fight when he has to?
key moment will be what happens when Benn lands for the first time. Part of Benn's strategy is, they know, to go for body punches. Or will Collins stick to that same old brawling, marauding style that has served him so well so far in the 2 wins over Eubank, who could have been weight trained? And remember the last 2 challenges, Cornelius Carr and Neville Brown were really just blown up middleweights. Good punches from Collins early on here. Benn is very much the full-blown super middleweight with some real power. Number 2 that Eubank, in one of the fights, did have Collins on the floor and didn't really follow up. Left hook gets through from Benn. And it looks like we're going to have the out-and-out slugging match and brawl, possibly.
This is the type of personalities they are. This is the fight we thought it would be. We didn't think it'd be a boxing match. We thought it'd be a brawl.
Benn nods to his corner, smiles. Good body shots again from Collins. He seems to be making that a particular target himself too. How deep is Benn's desire to reprove himself all over again? Nice and elusive there from Benn.
Collins isn't rushing in wildly, but he is trying to load up very heavily with his punches when he is in close.
Benn slipping the punches quite well now that he's got into a rhythm in the second half of this first round. Benn's corner telling him to jab and be first. Those doing the shaking in that corner, Frank Bruno. Just rather lunged in there. Missed wildly, Benn.
He's just a little bit keyed up. He's got to start and use his jab. It's a good weapon, and then build up with the bigger punches.
Collins really is a battle-hardened warrior. Only 3 very good fighters have beaten him. The crowd very much pro-Benn. Chance of Nigel ringing around the arena, but Collins, I think, won the first. Good body shots by Steve Collins in that first round, Glenn.
Yes, I think he did enough to win. He was landing the solid punches, good head punches there. As Benn's coming in, not really getting on target with any of his own, so a good round for Collins to start.
Just a slight modification of the Collins style we've seen in recent fights. Just looking for counter punches and then body punches to follow. Just lost his balance for a moment there. He really does have a rock-solid chin as well, Collins, normally. Can Benn move him? Can he make a dent in that normal resilience? Collins in his 8th world title fight and Benn in his 15th.
Good right hand from Collins. He's just got the timing a little better in the early part.
Really found his rhythm yet, Benn. Can he find one of those honey punches to send Collins reeling backwards and really send some shockwaves?
Becoming a little untidy. They're both very keyed up for this fight. They know it means so much. They're just becoming untidy inside as they try to get position.
Just testing each other's strength inside, you feel. An untidy second round so far. Collins, who has vast respect for Benn, said he needs to feel a bit of fear of his opponents to produce the best, and Ben inspires that fear in him. He's worked very hard in Jersey for this fight, but so too has Nigel Benn in Tenerife, though this time he's locked the holidaymakers out. Two of them exchanging, and Collins leaving himself very open there and could have been made to pay for it with the right hand.
Ben just got through a good uppercut to start that exchange. That's why he managed to turn and put him on the ropes.
He just missed the punch there, Ben slipped over. Impetus took him through. Ben, though, has had his successes in this second round. Again, the right hand, good shot from Ben. Made Collins miss. Both of them too going to the body. Ben has Frank Bruno, his soulmate there in the corner, and his advice is get that jab going, Nigel. Seen a lot of that so far.
Collins just a little bit open there. Very even round, pretty untidy. Ben's got to use his, well, I think both fighters have got to use their jab a little more. They've got to work for their openings. They're both just loading up, looking for the big shot, just becoming a little untidy.
Left hook from Ben. The target. Ben's only lost 3 in his 46 fight career against Michael Watson, Chris Eubank and Sugar Boy Malinga. Proud record, he's never been beaten by an American. Good left hook again, and that time it sent Collins reeling backwards. He felt the weight of that one all right.
Yes, well, that was definitely the best punch of the fight. Beautiful left hook timed by Ben there, and he just countered with that right hand as well.
And every time Ben has his successes, he just shoots a little glance at the corner, and he's beginning to find the target here with ominous regularity as far as Collins is concerned. And 3 more get through on a left hook, and Collins is certainly being forced backwards, and this was a key point in this fight. This granite-chinned Irishman is up here with one of the big punches of the division, of any division, and he's feeling the weight of them.
He is, he's just leaving himself a bit open. He's just thinking about it a little too much before he throws the punch, and Ben's timing good punches into him.
Collins working away to the head in close. Crowd didn't like that. They felt something illegal was going on. And then some good body shots on the right hand as well. 2 of them that in. Collins is now in the ascendancy, and a left. Ben looking disorganized for half a minute or so, and he'd started the round so well.
Good flurry here from Collins, putting the pressure on Ben, but this is where Ben is always at his most dangerous, with his back against the ropes.
Yes, you've so often seen him produce a really big punch in those circumstances. Just when you think Collins is on the run a bit, isn't it typical of him to come on strong again like that? Crowd trying to urge Ben on with chants of Nigel. Uppercut from Ben looked a good shot. Oh, and a left hook again from Ben. And Collins took that so well. A lot of fighters, I think, would have been on the floor from that shot. This round has ebbed and flowed. Both of them have landed with some very solid shots.
And the work is all starting to get a lot cleaner, and they're starting to get their punches on now.
This round so far by a streak. Collins, even with his punch resistance, can he continue to take punches like that from Ben over a 12-round distance? Round, I would suspect.
Collins had a good little spell in the middle of it, but Ben started so well with them crisp punches and really caught Collins flushing. Right at the end of the round again, it was Ben on the attack.
This is this spell Ben had right at the start of the round.
He really got the leverage. He really wound up to that left hook. Collins did tremendously well to take a punch like that. Collins came back. He's a real warrior. He had a good spell in the middle of the round where he's trying to put the pressure on Benn, but then he's just moving his head very well there to keep out of the way. Again, the good work, the left hook, he's just getting rolling around, but Collins just a little open in the legs, just a little tremor there for a split second.
Well, we saw in Collins' last fight against Neville Brown, he got hit with a lot of shots, but that was against basically a man who was a middleweight. There's a lot of difference taking those punches and taking those of Benn. Collins may need to get a bit more elusive. Fourth round. And a warning from the Puerto Rican referee, Mr. Rodriguez, for Benn. Another hard battle. Benn has been in quite a few of them down the years, and you wonder whether they would take their toll. But he has points to prove and things to win again, and that, I think, may well have given him back his edge.
Collins just appears to have a little too much respect for Benn at this point. He's just pausing before he throws a punch. That's just giving Benn the confidence to land his own.
Good left hook there from Collins, found the punch well, but then a good right hand back from Benn. That's where Collins wants Benn, but watch Benn with his back to the ropes. Look at him come out off those ropes with those hooks. And this could well develop into a thriller. Absolutely key fight, of course, for both men. Benn has talked of retirement for quite a while now, and when fighters do that, you kind of wonder whether their desire and ambition is still there. But he seems to have plenty back here tonight so far anyway. Fourth round.
Benn very much a fighter with a lot of pride. He'll not go out without a tremendous fight.
Down goes Benn. It's only a slip, I think. But he's hurt his ankle, I think. He's hurt his right ankle. Oh dear. Is he going to be able to carry on? It looked a very painful fall. Oh dear. Oh, he's really struggling. Can Benn go on? He's okay, he says. Well, I thought for a moment there he'd sprained the ankle. He says he's all right. Takes more than that. But Collins senses here that Benn may be there for the taking for a moment.
And spurred on by the little signs of distress from the ankle injury.
Well, it would be awful if a freak injury like that was to be decisive. Benn is caught by big punches to the head. Oh, and then he's looking away. And it's over. He can't go on with the ankle. He's caught by headshots, and the fight is stopped in the fourth round. Steve Collins wins the big battle, and it was all over very suddenly, and you have to say that that ankle injury played a big part in it. He kind of turned his back on the action for a moment, Benn, as if he couldn't go on with the pain. But isn't that sad?
It is sad. A terrible way to lose a fight like this. Obviously a very important fight. It obviously was a bad injury. He went on for a little bit, but then he must have had the strength in that ankle, and he turned away, and Collins landed a few punches, but it was obvious Benn could not continue.
Most unfortunate. Just as that battle was really brewing up, Benn just turned away. Collins hit it with a few head punches at that point for good measure, but my impression was that Benn basically said he couldn't go on.
It's going all right.
What do you think, Glenn? It's a bit unsatisfactory.
Very unsatisfactory. Frank Bruno obviously very concerned, but I think Benn will be bitterly disappointed. But with an injury, it was obviously very bad. He looked in serious distress. He couldn't go on. You've got a man there with intense pride and would have fought any way he could. But it was obviously a bad trip. He couldn't go on, and Collins has got the victory.
Now let's have a look and see how this injury happened.
Yeah, just off balance there. You see he's very twisted on that leg. Just trying to get the punch when Collins turned around. He's obviously twisted his ankle quite severely there. Let's see it again. Watch, he gets out of the way of that one, twists violently round to make that punch. And obviously the ankle was not up to it.
And his right ankle is gone. He said after that he was okay to continue, but the action went on for a few more seconds, and then he seemed to just turn his back on it. That is unfortunate. I just wonder, Glenn, whether we are now going to have a rematch of this fight.
Well, it certainly was an unsatisfactory end. It was building up to be a very good fight indeed. It was still very close. On my card, I had it even with Benn winning the last round, Collins the first, and middle even. So it was all there to fight for, an unsatisfactory end to what could have been a tremendous fight.
So just like Chavez de la Hoya, it's over in 4 rounds with an injury playing a part. That injury is going to need some treatment. They'll have him back to the dressing room, I'm sure, very shortly to have that treated. But Steve Collins is still the WBO super middleweight champion. That's the bottom line at the end of it all. Just as a really savage battle appeared to be developing. And I wonder whether Benn will call it a day there. Frank Bruno looking rather rueful. I wonder if we'll see him back in a ring and give a short shot. It's, of course, a debating point for another day, but look at that. Collins has got vast amount of respect for Benn.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes, 46 seconds in the 4th round, the referee has stopped the contest. Nigel Benn is unable to continue. The winner and still WBO Super Middleweight Champion, Steve Collins.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring at this time, simply the best, Chris Eubank.
Well, now here's the return of the man himself now. He'd love to upstage Nassim Hamid if he's down in his hometown, meaning Hamid's hometown. Well, you never know. I mean, he's had the diet to get down to the 12-stone division, Chris Eubank, having been 12 stone 10 in his last fight in Dubai. So it's goodbye Dubai and hello Sheffield. Had 2 fights in the Middle East, and we're all wondering now whether he can cope with the young lion, Joe Calzaghe, unbeaten. So what kind of entrance is he going to make? I mean, he'll probably have accused Hamid of stealing his act, we don't know, but yes, it is a bit of a judgment night as far as Eubank is concerned. Well, the most eccentric character I've ever met in boxing, and that goes back to more years than I wish to, if you will. You can't explain, you can't say there's anybody behave like him. Sometimes I think he lives on another planet. He's just an incredible, very likeable guy, knows how to sell a show as well. And there he is, body beautiful himself. I bet he's pleased at the weigh-in was 20 more hours ago. And he's been able to get some more liquid and a bit of grub inside him now. So he might come in considerably heavier than Calzaghe, actually on fight time, but they both made inside the 12 stone just by ounces at last night's weigh-in. I tell you, if he was chocolate, he'd eat himself without Chris, but he loves it, and the crowd love it. And to be fair to him, as a professional will always say, at least he's got a tough chin and plenty of heart. He's taken some good shots, had some great fights. Nigel Benn, the unfortunate ending with Michael Watson, and then before that a cracking fight with Watson that I thought he might have been a bit lucky to get the decision there at London's Olympia. So there it is, he's strutting his stuff now. The crowd, they love him, and this modern gimmickry in the fight game, well, it's always been a bit of a show busy thing, but not quite as much as this now. He loves appearing on television, he likes going on the chat shows, and he wants to be a showbiz personality, but when you get inside that ring, the rehearsals are all over. Changed his routine and camp a little bit now. Ronnie Davis, a very loyal trainer from Brighton, is not with him. I don't think they've had a personal fallout. It's just one of Chris's little decisions that sometimes nobody ever understands, but he's doing his own thing. Then he got to spot a camera and he starts looking at it and he just loves it. I've been at ringside either reporting or commentating for, I think, all but 2 now of the Eubank fights. You don't often get a dull one. He's had the fast knockouts. He's had the disputed, drawn decision at Old Trafford. So now he's going to look around, soak up the atmosphere, and he'll do his jump over the ropes again. There you go. At the risk of repeating myself, I did say when he did that at Old Trafford, the ego has landed. He just loves posing, just sort of like a potentate, isn't he, looking down at his people. They didn't quite bother with him too much in the Middle East. It's not exactly a boxing centre out there, and I think he was a bit disappointed. There was no big money to be made, and he won a couple of fights there. But it's so important, that's about all. And this is very risky for him, really. He should have been fighting Mark Prince at light heavyweight. Steve Collins retired, and the promoter, Frank Warren, swiftly said, OK, if you can get down to 12 stone, and he's done it before, and he says, I could always do it. It's a quick diet. He does look after his body, as you can imagine. He's narcissistic to a fault. Referee is Joe Cortez, who handled the Lennox Lewis and Gallotta fight recently.
Next to the ring, Joe Calzaghe.
So now this London-born Welshman now here's a lad who's also totally full of confidence. Some would say a little bit too much of a braggart, but and say, well, who's he ever fought, etc. But his amateur record is outstanding, and you can't beat an unbeaten pro record either. "22 wins he's had, 21 of them stopped. So there'll be a lot of breathing fire, I would have thought, in this World Championship, vacated by Steve Collins. Joe Calzaghe, father from, I think Sardinia anyway, Italy, and lived in Wales since he was very young. He was born in Hammersmith Hospital in London, which also was the arrival place of who else but Frank Bruno. So he's enjoyed his moment of glory here, really. He claims that he's been a bit underplayed in the press, mostly because the writing is saying, well, he hasn't fought top class. But when it comes down to it, it's all about what does Eubank have left, and what has that weight making, getting down like that, done to him. The Border Control have, in fact, monitored for the last week Eubank making the required weight, and they were satisfied with it. It's coming off sensibly. Now you wonder whether there's any nerves now, or the realisation of saying, well, I'm fighting a fellow who's certainly a big name, who, even if he could be on the slide, we don't know. But then again, if you hear Calzaghe at work when he's at press conferences, fears nothing, wants to fight the world. Any fighter, two of them on the same night sometimes. Dad's trying to get the crowd at it there behind him. That's him, the little fella. And there's the Welsh emblems there. Some great fighters, of course, have come out of Wales, although London might claim him as he was actually born in London. Peerless Bryn Bristol, and Howard Winstone, and Colin Jones, and the great Jimmy Wilde. Roll off the tongue from the Wales. A great fighting country it's been over the years. And usually class guys too that could box and punch. So at least Calzaghe hasn't got across the ring and sort of pulled faces and stared at Eubank. Eubank stayed where he is as well. And Michael Buffer, the American MC, just waiting for the signal to give the announcement.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the full Monty continues. Once again, this bout is sanctioned by the BBBC, President and Steward in charge, Mr. Leonard Nipper Reed, and the World Boxing Organization, President and Supervisor for the WBO for this bout, Francisco Barcarcel. The timekeeper is Barry Penda. The three judges assigned at ringside will be Dave Paris, Paul Thomas, and Roy Francis. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action in his 98th world title bout, Joe Cortez. And now, Mr. Frank Warren for Sports Network Europe, in association with ART, The Sun, and McCarthy's Corporation present 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the World.
168-pounder.
Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing gold trimmed with red and weighing in at 11 stone, 13 3/4 pounds. In his professional career, he has 45 victories, 23 by knockout with only 2 losses and 2 draws. Plus, he has captured 2 world titles. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brighton, England, here is the former middleweight, the former super middleweight champion of the world, simply the best, Chris Eubank.
Well, they're glad to see him back, aren't they?
And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trimmed with red letters. His weight, 11 stone, 13 1/4 pounds. In his professional career, he has a perfect record of 22 victories without a defeat, 21 by knockout, including 10 KOs in the very first round. Ladies and gentlemen, from Newbridge in Wales, presenting the #1 WBO Super Middleweight in the world, Joe
Calzaghe. And Calzaghe loving every second of that as he took the bow. That's Joe Cortez, I think one of the best referees in the world.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Give me good sportsmanlike conduct. Obey my commands at all time. Shake hands.
Good sportsmanlike conduct. Well, that's fair enough. Just fresh from handling the Lennox Lewis Andrew Gallotta fight in Atlantic City, Joe Cortez. So now, can the young lion take over from the old master, as he likes to call himself? He really has, well, everything short of an amputation, I should have thought, to get that weight off. 10 pounds since his last fight. Oh, he's come firing out now. Southpaw Joe Calzaghe. Likes to bide his time a little bit, although he's had fast knockouts, Eubank. Oh! The left hook on the deck. He's got up as if to say, hey, don't count over me, but he's got the mandatory 8. He was down against Michael Watson. He's been down before in fights, but that is the quickest he's ever been down. Now he's going to trade with him, Eubank. He's got a lot of spirit. But can the body carry on? That's what it's about. Can it take the punishment? Because he does dig Calzaghe. A lot of people saying that Calzaghe is going to be the new star. Well, this could be a good start for him. He's already going to win this round, I would think, with that knockdown. Usually is. He's clubbing away there. Some people have said, well, the tip of the glove, but I don't think so. They didn't sound like it to me. He's so hungry to prove himself, Calzaghe. He thinks he has, and he has in many ways. But again, it's the quality of the opposition that's been questioned. He won everything possible except an Olympic as an amateur, only because he didn't enter. I said to bide his time, and as I said that, he got nailed, Eubank, but he doesn't like being under pressure too much. He does unload Calzaghe. He's holding Eubank, and that's his own fault that he's getting clubbed. The referee won't pull it out. Yeah, what an explosive start. He did say Calzaghe was going to come out and throw lots of leather in the opening round, demoralised Eubank, tell him he should be retiring and go back to the light heavyweight division. Well, he's guts. He hasn't lost the guts, has he? He's not a quitter, Eubank. But he got tagged again there. Oh, this is some fight. It might be very short, but it's going to be explosive while it lasts. I don't think Eubank's ego could cope with a one-round defeat. He tried to do a little alley shuffle there. He's a bit of the Jack the Ladder, in this case Jack the Taffy. Well, if that's what they want these days, a bit of show business to go with it, can't argue with that because he's producing the goods. Calzaghe, 22 wins. Well, I tell you what, he's well pleased. Oh, he's showing out. Yeah, you did well there, son. I don't think he really wants to say about Eubank, but he's got a bit of respect now for the youngster. He's not that young, he's 25, but ring-wise, let's have a look at this knockdown now. Oops, I thought the heads were coming. Bingo. He just didn't get away quickly enough there. That's slowing the reflex doing that in Eubank. That wouldn't have happened at the height of his career. Oh, he was hurt all right, no kidding on that one. But there was a sort of how dare you look, wasn't it, when he got up. Bump, third down. So that's 3 times that replay. He won't want to see that too often, Eubank. No, I think he'll erase that from the video. Second round. Well, certain one in the bank there for the Welshman. Just getting a little lecture there, Joe Cortez. Watch the heads, step back when called to break. He's virtually trained himself for this fight, Eubank, but I mean, there's no point giving boxing lessons at this stage of his life, is there? Just got to try and keep him happy in the corner. Well, showing contempt as well now, Calzaghe, dropping the hands. He's been threatening to knock him out all the time. He said, I'm going to just overwhelm him. Well, he hasn't given up yet, Eubank, has he? See, he's never kept up the flow of punches. He's always done them in bursts like that. But when he's got a man on a hook, he can be a bit ruthless. Yep, fair enough. I don't think he's making Calzaghe cautious by any means, but I just think that Calzaghe is hitting with his best shot and he seems to have recovered. And, well, to be fair to Calzaghe, he's saying, well, I think I'll take my time perhaps a bit with this fella. That's not his usual way, I must say. First fight in Britain, by the way, for Eubank since 1995. So we've got to shake a lot of that ring rust off, although he's had two sort of workout fights in the Middle East at the light heavyweight limit. This is the 12 stones, 76 kilo, 68 super middles. Calzaghe can't quite make out, as I thought he might be sort of saying, hey, what kind of guys? He's not like I fought before, but nonetheless, if you've got had the man on the deck in the opening round, you've got to be brimming with confidence. It's not over yet. It's not over until the fat lady sings in this game.
Break out, clean, break out, step back. Step back.
He's got to watch those low punches there, Eubank. It's the last thing we want to see, a disqualification. See, they're saying work him to Calzaghe. It means make him work. Don't give him a chance to look around. Oh, look. He's saying, turn around, I want to pull a face at you. He misses all that, Eubank. Brave as a lion, though. I mean, even Nigel Benn, who never had a good word to say about him, and understandably, he said, I hand it to him, he's gutsy, he takes a punch, for that he's got my respect.
You got to work his body, okay?
Got to work inside the man, Sanders. So he's trying to get inside the punches there a little bit, Eubank, but oh, that shot was a good shot. So, as I said, bit of contemptuous there. He knows the game. He's won so much, certainly in the amateurs, and that counts when you get into the pro ring as well. Trying doubling up the punches all the time, Calzaghe. Third round then. Now then. A lot of mystique about this fight, really. You're wondering, can Eubank come on strong? Can he use the old head and fool the young lad?
Don't be holding the head. Don't be holding that head now.
Loves the glory of the game. He doesn't mind the money either, because he spends it like it's going out of style, Eubank. I tell you what, the crowd are on Eubank's side. He wasn't always the most popular fighter, but they like the entertainment and they respect what he's done. And it's incredible. 21 world title fights he's been in. 21. And completed the 12 rounds and 16 times, I think. 4.5 years he held the championship, the WBO version. And, repeat, it's vacant now. Given up by Steve Collins, who twice beaten Eubank. He's getting a bit low now, hitting on the thigh almost. Uppercut is usually Eubank's best punch. And it's not always short. He arcs it like a bolo punch, swinging up. If he can get through it, I mean, it's just that the work rate of Calzaghe might be fooling him a bit. And he's hurting. And he's hurting, definitely. Eubank's got one of the twin brothers, not his twin, brothers who is a twin, in the corner. One of them defeated Barry McGuigan. Well, he wants to stand and trade now. The crowd love it. I don't know what Calzaghe's thinking, because he hasn't had anybody come back at him like that for a long time. He loves it when he can bide his time a bit, Eubank, and that's what he's doing. There's that Enzo in the corner there, Calzaghe. Freddie King, I think that is. I haven't had a chance to. I've known him for some time. Comes out of London, saw him as an amateur boxer. The old grey-haired gent there from the Matchroom team. And of course, Eubank boxed with the Matchroom for some years. And now he's switched affiliation to Sports Network and Frank Warren. Yes, it is. It is Freddie. He's been in with so many top fighters over the years, and there's another one who loves the game. And has made his own contribution to it. So, well, he looks as though he's recovered from that shock in the opening round, Eubank, anyway. Fourth round. And Calzaghe ahead, definitely, because of that first round superiority. Whoa. He's in there, Joe Cordes. He knows every stroke in the book. I think he's a hell of a good referee. He saved Nigel Benn when there was a dispute in Rome, and he won the championship there. Some referees would have called a no contest or something, but he didn't. He gave it to Benn. He's shouting out, he's blowing like a train from the corner there.
Come on, Chris, I left him, man! Shut him up from downstairs! Shut him up! That's it!
Almost, I'm sure that's Eubank's brother, actually. It sounds like him, but it's a long time since I've heard him shout, because he didn't used to work Chris's corners. Oh, that was to let Calzaghe know that this is not going to be easy. What did I say? That was his brother, and he's annoyed. It's a little bit of family problems going on there. He's something else, isn't he? Shut up, he's going down his corner. Wants to do his own thing. He doesn't want the brothers to say, we won that fight for you. That's what's happening there. See if Calzaghe slackens the pace a little bit, that's banging Eubank's favour. Hasn't quite got that authority at this stage, has he, Calzaghe, that he had at the start. Obviously he was knocked down, but he looked so full in control. Oh, that was all right, a little bit high on the head. Timing's a bit off for Eubank. Obviously you would expect that, being out of the ring and having two virtual sparring partners to beat in the Middle East. Not quite so anxious to dive in though, Calzaghe. It's become a little bit intriguing now, isn't it? What is going to happen? Is the old boy going to run out of gas? It's a lad of 31, really, Eubank, so he's hardly a veteran, really. Not if you're thinking about George Foreman. A raise of the hands there. Calzaghe as if to say, well, I'm satisfied with that.
You're doing good. You're back here.
I just realised who that is. I couldn't believe it. That's Dennis Andridge, former light heavyweight champion in the corner. Nobody told me he was going to work it.
You can win this fight.
And apparently he's been sparring a bit with Eubank. And, one of the bravest guys you'll ever see. Dennis Andridge, waxed by Tommy Hearns. Let's have a look again. Calzaghe's just coming in a little bit here now. Look, see, the life had gone out of it by the time it reached. It was a long one, but he didn't get the message there, really, Eubank. That was the shot that reminded Calzaghe he'd still got plenty to do. fifth round coming up. At times, I mean, it's just remarkable. As I said, shifting weight from light heavyweight down to super middles. Almost 10 pounds he had to get off, and with limited notice because he was fighting at light heavyweight originally on this card. And the way that Eubank can do it, so far it doesn't look like running out of gas. It's all really down to what the young lion can do. You can call him a pretender, he's a bit better than that. This is vacant, this championship, to repeat. So he's never been on the deck, Calzaghe. And he's only actually been taking the distance once, 8 rounds. Bobby Joe Edwards, sister of the athlete Diane Liddell.
Work on it, come on, get the hey! All right, be holding,
The fight's getting weak. Keep pumping his stomach.
Oh, that's, I said early on, that's the punch he's got to worry about, Calzaghe. Now he's getting that much closer to him, Eubank. That hurts. He's trying to fight Eubank's fight, Calzaghe. Bit macho. It might be not be his favour, although there the crowd watching from the back there can see that he did okay there, Calzaghe, shoving Eubank on the ropes with that little battery of punches. Half past midnight as you're watching this fight here, you'd think they'll be a bit weary anyway. But we'll slug it out with him, Eubank. I tell you, he'll go down fighting whatever happens. Oh, that's it. This is more like the fight we wanted. And who can keep going the best? He'll be in good physical shape, Eubank. There's no question with him. He trains hard enough. But we're just wondering now whether they're being out the ring. Oh, connected there together. They both look like going. Yeah, Calzaghe just got the better now of those exchanges. He still often had a look there, Eubank, and he's always done that. It's not a question of him trying to carry, God forbid, no, or stand up. It's just that he's never physically been a sort of 3 minute per round fighter. To stand in the corner at the moment, Eubank. I don't understand that. The chair's there. Maybe he'll only sit in an upholstered leather one, knowing him. There it is again now. He had the better of the exchanges there, all right, Calzaghe. And he's got to be ahead. 3 English judges if it does go to the 12. The referee doesn't vote. Missed punches going with the hits and misses, but a good exchange that even in replay and slow motion, it's still fast enough. Oh, that was where he looked like he stumbled, but he got his own back. It was 1 for 1 there. Oh, yeah, they both, I think, equal power in those punches. Round 6. Oh, hello. He's come to life. They've lit the blue paper there, the litmus paper, haven't they? Oh dear, he's flying off the stool. He really is a good old warrior, Eubank. You know, we sometimes make jokes at his expense, but when that bell goes, he's as gutsy as they come, and always has been. On the other hand, so is Calzaghe. Nobody's tagged him. his own thing. You can almost hear old Eubank thinking, really, can't you? He stands there, looks down there, what do I want to do now? You know, everything's methodical with him. Oh dear, the lights look like they were dipping there. I don't want the lights put out accidentally. Oh, what a good scrap now. I'd always anticipated it being a hard run. A lot of people thought that Calzaghe would be too young, too strong, all those things, and because of the weight draining by Eubank, which hasn't shown yet. He always said he could do the 12-stone limit without being weakened. Oh, good shot there. This is no breakaway though, he shot that one in. I think it's just as well that Eubank had his head just battered a little bit there, and it just might have taken the force of that punch a bit better.
Hold on, hey, come on. Oh, yeah, bring out, let him out.
Oh, threw himself with that right hand and got away with it too. Calzaghe, to his credit, has absorbed some good punches here. Still going for that uppercut. He's trying to pull his arms aside and go inside there, Eubank. It suits him to have a little rest. He knows all the strokes, the old head's at work. Come up then to the end of the 6th round, and now he'll fight back the whole way there, Eubank. So he's got to fight his way out of trouble there. And he's doing it, and the crowd are responding too. Calzaghe goes back to that corner now. There's no lifting of the arms. The crowd knew how strong Eubank looked at the end of that round. He was absorbing punches in the corner, fought his way out, and looked the business. Well, he's entitled to a shower, I should think, after that. They're giving it to him. Let's have a look at him now. He gets a... Oh, dear, that's the one. He's really got to watch for that, Calzaghe, because it's difficult to stop. You don't even see it coming, really, from the angle that it is. So he's scuffling a bit here, Calzaghe, in that particular replay. Then he comes back, pins Eubank in this corner, doing well. But now, see, those are a little bit tip of the glove stuff. Cuffy bit. Then this is the point where the crowd started rising, where Eubank decided it was now his turn to have a go, and there he goes. Good shots. Round 7 coming up. Well, the young lion now is really feeling it. The old lion tamer's at work at this stage. I think if he could win this fight, Eubank will get more respect than at any time in his career. He's still got it to do. As they would say in the Ryder Cup, there's a long way to go. There's not quite, I would think, that little sort of cockiness that Calzaghe had at the start. Now, he's understandably showing a little bit of respect for Eubank and saying, well, it's harder than I thought, and I've got to use my nut a little bit here and use it the correct way in the boxing sense. Hurts inside. He's a good body puncher, Eubank. Now he fancies this job a lot more now, Eubank, than he did. He's a little bit not in his shell, but he was sneaking more little rest and backing off early on than he is now. And the man has been over this course so many times now. It's so easy for him to read what's going on. Once he's had a look at Calzaghe now, and by the 7th round he knows what he can do, and he's tasted the best shots. what Steve Collins is thinking now when he's watching this fight, having given up the championship, and very tearfully he gave that up as well. I was present when he announced it. Robin Reed, British champion, is also watching. And there's money there for the winner of this one, Robin Reed. Not quite as keen to fight himself. Oh well. Never help. That actually adds to tiredness in a fighter when they both hit the deck like that. They could always do without that. He's not quite so willing to fight inside now, Calzaghe. Right on the bell. Hello, hello. What do you think of that, he says. He's really putting it together now, isn't he? And the old ego, man. He's doing the business. At heart, he's still a gladiator. Change your corner man there again now. Dennis Andrews has disappeared. Still in the corner somewhere. Now he's got to really suck in a lot of air here now, because although he's been a great stayer, he hasn't been under pressure for a long time, except the two Steve Collins fights, and Collins was able to maintain plenty of pressure, and he gradually got tired as the fight went along, Eubank.
10 seconds.
Sure was one. I think I enjoyed myself in that round, he said. Round 8. And it's turned out in many ways a better fight than many of us thought. But coming in, and you've got to sort of not sit on the fence. I always said if he can do the weight, Christian Eubanks will give him a lot of trouble, but you can't let the lad who's had an unbeaten run, fancies he'd like, and can bang. So it was, in the end, I was on the fence, but there you go. Who cares? Oh. Trying to duck below those. Now he enjoys doing that, Calzaghe. When he starts fast hands, I'm not sure that they always carry that much power at that speed. But enough, I would have thought. Oops, gave him a little bit of an elbow there to go with it, didn't he? Oh, good shot there. He just bent away from it. Calzaghe coming to life a bit this time now. He just fancies it a bit more. Just trying to steal a bit of a rest as well, Eubank, and Calzaghe knows it, and he's piling on the pressure. Little bounce on the toes there, Calzaghe. You got that back from the amateur days, really. Not as flat-footed. Now, is this weight draining starting to show with Eubank? It's possible. Although you wouldn't have thought so the last round, and this almost gave the boxer's signal for victory there, didn't he, with the hands raised? Well, that was a perfect combination. Bang, bang with ribs and then the uppercut by Eubank. It looks as though he's timing the rounds to finish with a good spurt, maybe catch the judges' eyes a bit, but they're very experienced, 3 top referees in England and the judges. So you don't waste a lot of energy, Eubank, foot-wise. He'll stand there as he is now, hands down, trying to relax the body a little bit, because he's slightly muscle-bound, which is not always a good thing in a boxer. It stiffens him up a bit. I'm doing all right, but they're both thinking that in that round. And he had a good start there, Calzaghe, no question there. And then Eubank took over. I don't know. I'm interested to know how the judges will score that one. So he's throwing a lot more punches, Calzaghe. If you've got those punch stats going for you, but I'm still concerned about the quality of the blow, not the amount that have landed necessarily. One good dig takes preference for me over a couple of jabs. Now then, let's have another look. See, he had a pretty good set of punches going in there. They didn't appear to be that hurtful, really. But who am I? I'm not taking them. Good little spurts of punches, scoring shots anyway. And then at that point, that was where Eubank came back. 9th round. So that's the first time, as they say, unknown territory. They're always saying, aren't they, for Calzaghe? He's only ever been in 8 rounds course with Bobby Joe Edwards.
All right, let him go clean. Let him go clean.
So now, has the old warrior got enough left to try and force the fight now in these remaining rounds? He's always trying to find that one payoff punch though, Eubank. Frequently he's done that. I don't know whether he's saying no to himself or no to the audience and the referee with that one, but he got tagged anyway. So he's starting to miss a little bit now, Eubank. Not a good sign. Well, he throws in any place. Tells him not to hit him on the head, and he did it right away there, Calzaghe, with another shot. It's really going on just short spasms of punches now, Eubank. It's the volume's coming from Calzaghe. Oh yes, good clips there. He's still got to watch himself a little bit, Calzaghe. You know, with Eubank, he's so cagey. It looked like he might be dropping hands, not fancying it, and suddenly one out in the blue. Maybe the judge is saying that, well, Eubank is blocking quite a lot of those punches as well. But you get some points, it should be for defensive work, but these days very seldom. The aggressor usually gets decisions. Getting a bit more difficult to score these rounds, really, but I mean, Calzaghe definitely is throwing more punches. Oh, good shot. That might have been a turning point there, that left hook. He's falling into him. What a brave character, though, Eubank. As I said right at the start of the fight, he's got a good chin. He always has that. Whoa! That was right on the bell, be fair. He didn't like it, but he didn't make much of a protest. Fair dues. So he's got to be breathing hard there. He's feeling the pace all right. Don't worry about that. He's got to. It's only natural. Good set two altogether, though, isn't it? Having a bit of a pop. Well, nobody's moved. It's 1:45 in the morning, obviously, here. Oh, dear. 10th round. And the young lion from Wales, probably ahead now. Good start. Takes a lot of pegging back. Some good stuff coming in from Eubank, but let's face it, it's not my opinion. It's the three judges that count. And it hasn't always been easy to score around it. Oh, yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
In WBO, there's a standing count. That surprised me. I'd forgotten that. Oh, well, that's turning the tables a bit now for Eubank, because judges are asked really to give a full point. Confuses me. Sometimes they don't have standing counts, sometimes they do. I mean, Joe Cortez must know the rule book backwards, but he worked for other organisations. It might have fooled him a bit. Well, the young lad, 25, I repeat, he's staying the course pretty well now for the first time. Oh, dear. This is well, he didn't get through with that one. I don't know what would have happened. Just getting a bit ragged. I thought he might as the fight went on Eubank. It's a tremendous performance by him. I'm staggered. I've never known any fighter get it off as quickly as that. We make a lot about giving weight away in Britain, but they're not. They're virtually the same weight. There's only ounces in it. To go back to some of the old timers, they thought nothing was going away 10, 12 pounds, even more. But obviously, if Eubank had been at light heavyweight, that would have been a different argument. And obviously, Calzaghe wasn't interested. He wanted the super middleweight championship, the WBO, the vacant title, and this puts him on the road to fame and a bit of fortune. Good luck. Not doing enough now, Eubank. It's a bit too defensive. It's still got that little bit of spring in his step, doesn't it, Calzaghe? More prepared for a long distance fight now than Eubank is. Not quite so sure of himself as he comes back. I don't think Eubank is going for a walk, as he frequently does. Well, I suppose if he gets on the stool, he'll want to stay there with exhaustion a little bit. I can't make up my mind about that one there. He sort of slipped. It didn't seem really a knockdown. I was surprised when he got the standing count. No, it was a left hook, really, but he just touched down with the gloves on. It's a bit of a strange one, that. He wasn't, I mean, he's been hurt with other punches that he didn't slip. But he didn't make any real protest there. He's an all-pro. Round 11. And we're beginning to say at this stage, is youth being served, as it often is in the fight game. A question of old father time. I mean, he's only 31, Eubank. We're talking like, at least I'm talking like somebody that's getting his old age pension. But fight-wise, he is a veteran, and he is, well, you know, once he's been out so long, it takes a lot to get back. And a young kid firing at him all the time. But the bragging, I think, with Calzaghe has gone. The one that said, "I'll knock him out, don't worry," and all this business. But there's always time. What we got, about 5 minutes at least. try now. He's going to try as much as he can now, Eubank, to find that one payoff if he can. Don't blink. So a little bit of the fire has gone out of the fight. Not surprised by that, really. That's it. He's just looking for the one haymaker. And it'll be better than a haymaker. He'll try and time it properly, Eubank, but he might have left it now too late. He won't go down without fighting, Eubank. The way it's going, he's determined to stay least, to go out with his shield a little bit and a bit of honour of lasting 12 rounds. He's a bit more sprightly, isn't he, now, Calzaghe? He probably figures he's got the fight in the bag. See, it's taken that much longer, isn't he, to get up? All the signs of a weary fighter. But is he going to save it for the last round, Eubank? It's possible. On the other hand, Calzaghe, now he's getting himself back into it. He fancies it a bit now, doesn't he? Look. I think he knows it, Eubank. He's not staring back at Calzaghe. So the final words from Dad in Calzaghe's corner there. The referee just reminded, there's the split screen for you there. Quite rightly, he got plenty of water, keep him going, and he's nodded. I think he said, thank God, didn't he? I wouldn't be surprised. It's the last round coming up. Just the body language tells me that Eubank's accepting, but he doesn't want to gargle. But I'll tell you what, you can bet on him coming out firing. Whether that's a foolish thing to do or not, I don't know. We'll find out. You see, he's just throwing too many punches for him now. The young blood takes over a little bit. So the crowd rising to that. I think it's as much for Eubank's gutsy performance as Calzaghe's, what looks to me like the winning one, to grab the World Championship in his 23rd. So they're calling out throw punches to take him out. They're calling in Eubank's corner there. Sounds like his brother again. Great experience, of course, for Calzaghe. He wins this championship, but this is what 12 rounds is all about, against a guy who knows his business. So look, he's going to fight it out to the end, Eubank. Credit to him. Yeah, but he's fighting his way back all the time, Calzaghe. He's meeting him punch for punch. In fact, is Calzaghe looking for a stoppage? He did revel in that, if he could do that. Now Eubank in the last round. You can hear that noise of that shot in the back of the hall. He just can't put the volume of punches together anymore, Eubank. Certain sadness about it, but on the other hand, let's credit Calzaghe. He's the one that's done the work. He's the one that scored the knockdown. Or two knockdowns, one a bit iffy. I think now Calzaghe's realised he can't take everyone out with one punch. minute to go. So is it 60 seconds now? A glory for Joe Calzaghe, the London-born Welshman. 17 victories inside with knockout and stoppages. But this one looks set to go the distance. There's always time. And he'll fight to the last bell, Eubank, and he'll get these plaudits, you can bet right. This final try. Remember, if it does get to the final seconds and one of them's down and there comes the clock, the bell does stop the contest. There's no count out after the 10 seconds. And there it is now. It's all over now. And a good rally too by Calzaghe. Wants to finish looking the part. And he nearly nails Calzaghe. Eubank nearly nails him. Well, I think by putting his arm around him right away, Eubank has accepted, well, I couldn't make it, and good luck to you. I get that impression anyway, so let's see what the judges think, and that's obviously the only thing that really matters. Great performance though, isn't it, by Eubank. But the young lad now, where does he go from here? Is the door's open for him. Robin Reid will be a money match, and Frank Warren's taken over. Originally he was with Mickey Duff and the National Promotions. Joe Calzaghe, his contract's run out, and now there'll be all sorts of ducking and diving to make some good matches for him. Frankie Lyles, Charles Brewer, the IBF champion. I'm saying all this on the acceptance that he has won the fight. Now would be surprised if it went against him. Very. Just that sort of minor bruise of battle there on Calzaghe's face. And Eubank always pays respect to people that have beaten him, I'll say that for him. And a section of the Welsh crowd now acknowledging Calzaghe. He said he could do it, he's done it, but not quite the way he wanted to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Dave Powers scores the bout 118 to 109.
Oh, that's a biggie.
Paul Thomas scores it 116 to 111, and Roy Francis scores it 118 to 111 for the winner, who is now WBO Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Joe Calzaghe.
118, 109, 116, 111, 118, 111. So he's never really in doubt. I was tending to make it perhaps in commentary just a bit.
And a round of applause for the two-time world champion, Chris Eubank.
Anyway. So that's the applause and the kisses from Dad there. He's worked hard, Joe Calzaghe, to get in shape. He's had a few knockbacks in his career, but he keeps winning. Unbelievable records. Certainly as an amateur, nobody could stand in his way. He was great. 3 weights he won at amateur. And now you never know what's going to happen now.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our third and final joint top of the bill, we move into the super middleweight division. This contest is conducted and sanctioned under the rules of the WBO, and the officials appointed for this contest are the supervisor from the United States, Mr. Nick Karathiotis. The British Boxing Board of Control supervisor is Mr. John Morris, and the steward in charge, Mr. Tom Pendry, MC, Shadow Minister for Sport. The judges for this contest, Mr. Dennis Nielsen of the USA, Mr. Gordon Volkman from the USA, and Mr. Roy Francis from London. And the referee in charge of the action for this contest from Derby, England, Mr. Paul Thomas. The timekeeper at the bell, Mr. Frank Capewell from Sheffield. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans across Europe, Asia and around the world, it's big fight time. Promoted by Frank Warren for Sports Network in association with our sponsors Adidas, The Sun and ART, who proudly present a contest of 12 three-minute rounds to decide the WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the World between introducing the boxers. And firstly, from the red corner, wearing the all-black trunks and coming from Ilford in Essex, England, he weighed in at 11 stone, 13 pounds, that's 167 pounds. In his professional career, he has had 47 contests, 42 wins, 35 by way of the big KO with 4 losses and 1 draw. And tonight appears in his 16th world title contest. He comes to the ring, the former WBO middleweight champion of the world and former WBC super middleweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn. And across the ring, ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, coming from Dublin in Ireland, wearing his familiar Tarzan trunks and weighing in at an even 12 stone, 168 pounds. His professional record of 36 contests, he has 33 wins, 18 by way of KO with 3 losses. Tonight he appears in his 7th World Championship and defends his title for the 5th time. He's the former WBO middleweight champion and the current WBO super middleweight champion of the world, the Celtic warrior, Steve Collins. The referee, Mr. Paul Thomas, will now give his instructions to both boxers.
Okay, for I saw you both in the dressing rooms. You know what I expect of you. I'm here to enforce the rules, so give me a good, clean fight. Okay, best of luck to both of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the World.
Stop boxing! Stop boxing! Leg, coming out. Now let it come out. Break! Coming out!
Keep reading. Keep working. Keep it up. That's good. Now listen, keep it like this now, buddy. We're taking that belt home.
Ben, keep the shot to the top. Watch the left there. Come on, both of you. Come on, no shots, no shots. You watch them when you go in.
Nigel, get me on that jump. Come on.
Coming out, no shots. Okay. Watch the ends, both of them, watch the ends. Stop boxing. Take time. Then watch these shots like the back. I won't tolerate it. Watch that. Tommy, watch that in.
The game plan, the game plan we've been working at is a game plan I want to see out there. Not getting in a tower, because when you're getting this going, if you stick behind the job, it'll all come. You understand? Don't wait, mate, please. Don't get involved in a fucking tear-up. All right, you're hitting him, but he's hitting you 3 times. He's hitting you 3 times from all wrong. Okay. Now, get behind that jab in that centre, push him back, and then let your bombs go. Jab his fucking head off, and then work. Yeah. Come on.
Coming out, no shots. Now you watch the leg when we go in.
You've got to see. You've got to see. No, it's right. No, you've got to. Beautiful round. That was a good. I want to see the same again this round. Beautiful work. Come on, he can't take it like that for 12 rounds.
Don't talk, listen. Rub the centre, left hands on the car. Come on, let's do it properly. Come on, where you go?
Collins, careful that edge! Watch those in! Work with 2 hands inside, both of you. One more round up. I'm pulling you out, mate. I'm not going to let you get a beat. You understand me? One more round up, I'm pulling you out. Do you want me to pull you out? Well, sort yourself out. All right?
Put your head back. Will, mate. I'll have to pull you out if it happens.
I will. I'll throw the towel in. Believe me. You've got to get behind that jab. He's catching you 1-2, 1-2. You're not moving.
You're not thinking. You're not thinking.
Be quiet. One man. You are not listening to what I'm telling you in this war. And if there's another round up, I'm going to pull you out.
Right, that's how
Do you really? I'm going to pull you out.
Give him a drink. Give him a drink.
Come on, Nigel. Jab.
Shut up. It's the last round, mate.
I will pull you out if there's one more round like that, all right?
Come on.
I will not let you get a beating. One more round like that and I'm pulling you out.
Now think about it, Jab.
Watch the ends. Both of you watch those ends. Collins, you watch that now. Target area, Ben. Stop boxing! Stop boxing! Stop boxing! Neutral corner, take time. 1 point. Watch him round the back. Break! Coming up. Break. Hold on. Hands up! Hands up! Stand! Stop! One more.
It doesn't mean you've got to go crazy. Think what you're doing. Jab and right crossing that. Come on. Come on now. If you want to do it, you've got to do it now. Come on. Come on. Bring it up. Watch that head, Collins. Collins, don't lean on. Stop boxing! Watch these heads, both of you, watch these heads! Come on! I'm not taking it all. Now, back. Break! Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 6, Nigel Benn has been retired by his corner, leaving the winner and still WBO Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Steve Collins.